Hello. Welcome
Howdy,
everyone
howdy.
to the welcome everyone to the ActionVFX live stream. We've got a great show for you today. As you can see, there's many of us. But before we dive into anything, just let us know. Can you hear us loud and clear? Do we look crisp and wonderful? Tell us that we look beautiful. That'd be great.
Tom,
yeah, more importantly,
beautiful.
Oh, damn you, charmer. But yeah, if you can let us know that you can hear us loud and clear, that'd be great. Thank you. But yeah, we also have a warm-up question for you guys just to get the chat rolling and also for us to start discussing. But yeah, so going to throw that out there for the chat. What tip or trick do you wish that you could have learned sooner? A lot sooner than well. I know. So let's find out who's answering this question as well. So Sam, we all know you. Wyatt, we know you, but we got a new face with us. Doug Hogan.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing? Welcome as well, and thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me. I'm doing well. I'm busy, which is great, and this is a wonderful break in the day to get to chat with all you guys and talk about VFX. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hope we can entertain.
That's always the goal.
It's always the goal. Well, yeah, I feel like let's jump to that point, the point that we were just making there. What do you wish that you kind of learned a lot sooner?
Oh man, do you want my funny question or my serious question? I got two.
I want both.
I want both. Well, I wish I found that D for dinosaur button on the keyboard. That would have just made everything a lot easier. Just press it and we're done. But that doesn't exist. So I think the skill I would have loved to learn earlier is coding for Nuke, coding for all these different pieces of software. People are kind of they have at their hands now all these great entry points into making their own tools to speed up their own workflows and to stop those repetitive tasks. So that would have been amazing to jump in, but that always comes later, you know?
Yeah. No, I first off, I thought you were going to say the traditional holding Alt F VFX, and then it just does the comp for you. Yeah,
I haven't found that yet. I haven't found that. AI can't do that yet. Thank goodness.
With coding, Doug, is that how you made the plugin for Nuke that had all the assets you had just preloaded?
Yeah. No, I'm a code nerd, and I love building those types of tools. So yeah, that was all Python based. Just kind of a fun little project that I was messing around with, and Yeah, just a little Python.
And
Very nice.
I mean, that obviously many of you will probably realize that Doug has done the recent Nuke course that is currently on our channel. And yeah, I mean, we're going to dive into a lot of that shortly, but
Do it. Excited.
just in case, like, you know, you've just tuned in and stuff and missed it. Chapter 3 has come out earlier this morning, so definitely go and check that out. There are still 3 more parts. So yeah, check it out, subscribe, make sure that you watch them, because you go into a lot of wonderful detail and share a lot of knowledge.
Yeah. We're just warming up too. I think it's a solid intro course, but you know, Nuke is one of the reason I love Nuke is I've been working in it for 18 years now, and I am not a master at it at all. It surprises me every single time I use it. I learned something new. A lot of it has to do also with how open the VFX community is with sharing knowledge. So you'll hear all about these cool new tricks and like, oh, I want to try that. So we're just scratching the surface, and I'm excited to keep digging with everybody. Show them all of Nuke as much as we can fit into 30-minute courses.
Yeah, I can't wait to see more as well. Like everyone seems to be loving it as well, which is great. So before we dive into a lot deeper, we've got a couple more reminders and announcements from our recent releases. So as we've just heard, we've just got chapter 3 of our Nuke course, and then we have some new additions. Thank you, Wyatt. You brought it up before I got there. Sorry, mate. So we've just released energy sources. This is 40 assets, bursts, fast and slow sources, and of energy. These I've actually been playing around with these recently. They're really fun for portals, magic. If you're going for a Scarlet Witch type of thing, or Doctor Strange, this is kind of very cool. Or going down that superhero orb. But yeah, really sick. We then have lightning strikes as well. Beautiful rendered lightning for storms. Again, you could use a lot of these you could use for superheroes, to be fair, or at least that's what I immediately looked into and went, yeah, I could do something cool. Because following up, we have Storm Clouds Volume 2 to be able to drag and drop onto your cloud assets or actual just cloud composites yourself. They come with and without glow, I believe. And oh yeah, see them in someone's eyes. Jocelyn, very good idea.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We have lightning speed trails to follow up, and this is a free asset collection. So it's 10 assets in total, all completely free to download right now. Highly recommend if you're doing a speeder, doing the Flash or Quicksilver perhaps. And then we also have electricity at camera. Sorry. We not got electricity at camera? We got bullet.
I think we're missing just the image for that one.
Okay.
We do
have burned out the camera. That's what happened. It just fried it.
It zapped it.
Yeah.
We do have electricity at camera as well as another asset, but this is also bullet ricochet sparks. So really cool. 29 assets. And Sam, I'm going to throw this over to you because I've been learning a lot about Sam and his gun collection. And Sam is a gun expert right now, especially when it comes to muzzle flashes and sparks. Can you tell us a little bit more about this one?
Yeah, so I really love this collection. I believe it was filmed at 24 frames per second, and it already has motion blur and everything else baked into it. So these ones are really just drag and drop for any time that you need a bullet that ricochets off of metal or off of stone or concrete or anything like that. They're very quick, so they look like they have a lot of power and energy behind them, and it's absolutely perfect. There's a ton of different angles, and there are a lot of assets within that collection. I don't know off the top of my head how many there are. There are 29, but 29. I believe there are multiple hits inside of each. So with these, you get a lot of ricochets that you get to work with.
Nice. Good for your shootouts.
Such sweet elongated sparks.
Yeah. Like you can see the motion blur there. Ooh.
Yeah. These are some of my favorite type of effects too, because they're invisible. And good VFX actually should be pretty. You don't even know you're watching it. And there's these are awesome.
Nice. And to conclude the other releases, so as part of these live streams, you're learning what is about to enter the Essentials catalog for our monthly edition. This month, we're bringing in Aerial Explosions Volume 2, our 2D asset, and then bringing in the F-16 fighter jet, our 3D model. I've been playing around with these personally. I recently did a Top Gun style recreation, and they're killer. They're really simple to, and this F-16 is absolutely beautiful. So that'll be entering the Essentials catalog as of April 1st. It's not a joke. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for that.
Man, look at those panel lines, dude. That's amazing.
These in action real quick.
Oh,
yeah. That's sick.
Thank you, man.
No, I love I don't know if you guys noticed this. Those right as it's exiting that fire trail at the very end, there's a little bit of distortion from the heat wave popping off, like and pushing that is some nice compositing.
Man.
It's awesome.
That little push that you see, that's our gun smoke.
Whew.
Like I decided, I used some gun smoke composited to the explosion and tried to, because I couldn't think of a way to make it like part as you were mentioning. But yeah,
I love that.
I feel like that's one thing worth highlighting is that like with a lot of our assets, what they're listed as is not what you have to use them for. They can be repurposed in so many ways.
I think in that tutorial, there's a lot. I mentioned a lot of things that I kind of like brought in for different purposes. Like debris, for one, was actually our meteor splitting asset.
Cool.
And then kind of like thrown into to be, because otherwise it feels like, well, you just watch a plane explode. Where's the where are the parts? So yeah, definitely recycling assets is, I don't know, personal favorite thing.
That's such a big part of compositing is recycling assets. Most people don't realize, but VFX studios usually have like this dark folder that's kind of constantly growing on the network of just random assets of just film stock footage. That was how it was done for a very long time. And having like a website like ActionVFX where you just see it all right there, organized, it's such a valuable resource. It's awesome.
Right on. And last. So going back to the assets, they're in for the month of April. Definitely download them, check them out. Download a couple other things from the Essentials catalog while you're at it. And the last thing that we're going to talk about at the end of the show is a new challenge that we're bringing to Discord. Definitely stick around, find out about that, because there'll be new ways that you can kind of create and use the Essentials catalog to hopefully win some prizes. So stick around for that, but that's for later. Doug, we want to learn more about you, man.
Okay.
So, first off, like, you've come in to teach us all about Nuke. How did you learn about Nuke? Where did you start off?
I started off in college. So I went to Savannah College of Art and Design, graduated in 2004. Not dating myself too much, but 2004. It was a while ago. But that was when Nuke was brand new. So I was originally an After Effects compositor, and Nuke was this new piece of software that was coming online. And we had a teacher who was presenting it as an option to the class. They were like, okay, so we can either keep learning After Effects, or I have this new weird software from Digital Domains called Nuke. I think it's pretty neat. Do you guys want to learn it? And he was kind of a mentor to all of us, and so we kind of were like, yeah, let's start digging in. He's a legend in the industry. He's he was working on the original Tron, so he has some amazing stories of like how they were animating the light bikes like on graph paper, like literally plotting 2D coordinates. So neat. So I learned that way, and just picked it up and started playing, started breaking it, started learning from other people, and it's been uphill ever since, because it's always a it's always a task of learning Nuke. So that's where I started, and then worked in the advertising agency for a while up in Michigan doing car commercials, and then got recruited down to Texas, and then I started doing feature animation down at a studio called VFX Animation, and that was really where I spent like 12 years there. Built their Nuke pipeline from the ground up, all the tools. That's where I've really loved mentoring others, younger compositors, bringing them up.
Yeah.
It's the whole high tide raises all boats. And now I'm a creative technologist. So I don't know what that means, but it has to do with some compositing still too. And that's my little circle of a journey.
No, and it's incredible as well. Obviously, like, in the introduction, you start by presenting some of the work, and you've been a part of some really cool projects as well.
Yeah. I've been really lucky. It's been everything from feature films, commercials, theme park rides. It's a lot. Yeah. I've been very, very lucky. And that's the biggest thing that if anybody wants to like break into the industry and like have a long career in it and not burn out, finding those mentors along the way that will then, sit down at your desk, help you out, take you under the wing a little bit, be a little bit hard on you, push you. I've had so many great mentors over the years, and now it's time to pass it along.
I'm curious about the theme park rides.
Yeah.
Okay. You want some stories? I got some stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I was I started out as a compositor on the Simpsons ride for Universal Studios. That was my first project at VFX, and it was basic comp. It was like cleanup stuff. So it was taking existing comps and getting it to that final 10%. That's really the hard part of cleaning everything, because when you're on a giant dome like that, you're going to see every little flaw. You're going to see everything. So it has to be really clean. And it was in stereo. So that was a monster. But then we took all of those techniques, and then years later we then did the Minion Mayhem ride for Universal Studios as well. And that was I did all the I was a lighting lead and compositing lead on that, and then I even got to install that ride at all three parks. So I did Orlando, Hollywood, and then they also flew me out to Osaka for 3 weeks.
Wow.
And that was the best trip I've ever had in my life. I was very lucky to get to do it, and I was the guy up in the rafters actually installing the laser projectors and calibrating everything and breathing in all the dust that they keep away from the actual guests. I was the monkey up in the rafters, just twiddling away, trying to make it look perfect. So it's been a lot of those types of fun little adventures along the way.
Dude, that's a ride like that.
Yeah.
That has like the big screen. How are you editing? Like, what's your view look like when you're editing that?
So it starts out two different ways. So when you're in the comp, it actually looks just like one of these windows right here, very square. We're rendering out square, so that was, at the time, it was 4K. But then we used some early AI to up-res it to 6K, and then we would take that square projection, and then we would interactively. I had a Nuke session hooked into this giant dome. I had the best monitor you've ever seen in your life. It was a giant dome that I was compositing on, and it was warping this distortion grid to then generating what's called an ST map, which is a UV coordinate system that then just warped the whole thing onto a half dome. And then, so we were able to composite normally. We didn't have to worry about, any distortion or anything like that. So we got to make it look perfect there, and then distort it on the dome, and then it looks as intended.
That's so cool. That's one of those things where you don't really think about visual effects playing a part.
Yeah.
Until you start hearing about it. Like one of my buddies does visual effects for Sesame Street.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've never really thought about Sesame Street and visual effects until he was telling me that he did visual effects for him.
That's so neat.
Yeah, it's just it's so awesome to just learn all the different ways that visual effects can be implemented.
Yeah, that's
it doesn't always.
That's the biggest thing I get excited about too, is where you find it pop up. You know, like I think the biggest thing is, you know, it's not the tools, it's also the artist using the tools. You get kind of this just a very creative mindset, and you'll find in the VFX industry there's these just geniuses all out there. It doesn't matter what tools they're using, they're just geniuses doing art. So you'll find VFX like all over the place because they're can't help ourselves, right? Just want to do cool things.
It's kind of like as you said a little bit earlier as well, like when I feel like the most impressive breakdowns are always the ones where you're like, oh, that was CG, that was a VFX. That those breakdowns where like, yeah, it's invisible. They're the most impressive. They're wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So ride the rides, and I had to ride the Simpsons ride 18 times in a row.
Oh, you poor thing.
It was horrible. And the last ride, we actually had Matt Groening, the creator, there to sign off on it. And I came so close to throwing up on him. it was turning straight green, just kind of staring at my shoes. Just, you don't want to throw up on the big wig. So luckily I held it down. My Dramamine kicked in, and I was good.
That's awesome.
So really cool. I mean, you're actually here talking to 3 After Effects users.
Love it.
I mean, what would you say to, you know, why should we join the dark side of Nuke compositing? Like, you know,
Nuke.
Well, make us a pitch.
Well, yeah, it is a transition for sure. So After Effects is all about layers, right? Like you have that layered idea, nested comps, pre-comps, all, you know, it's very powerful, and After Effects is fantastic for especially short form commercials. You know, I've worked with a ton of really talented After Effects compositors, but they're usually, if you want to make a jump into feature films, either even animation or CG feature films like we're, you know, seeing now, it's all Nuke. Nuke Fusion a little bit. It's we used to have a ton, you know, early on we had Shake. That was a fantastic tool from Apple that they sunsetted. And you know, the node-based workflow just allows you to be extremely collaborative, non-destructive, very fast. And Nuke has this fantastic API for being able to jump in, create tools to then enhance workflows. So it is a big leap from it. Don't be scared of it. It's okay to hate it at first and just feel like you're banging your head on a brick wall sometimes, especially if you're very used to how, you know, After Effects works. But once you get through that barrier, it opens up all these new possibilities that you can. Now I can't imagine going back. It's just one of those things. My muscle memory is so into Nuke now that it'd be hard for me to come back. I would feel your reverse pain of coming back into After Effects. So yeah, that would be my pitch. And also, if you want to spend like $4,000 if you have $4,000 burning a hole in your pocket, and you want a Nuke license.
Oh yeah, I've been wondering what to do with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Me
just
too.
get to the Foundry.
I was thinking just burning it, but that's a better idea.
Yeah.
Just
invest in yourself, right? That's it.
Nah, Nuke license. I mean, which is all great. And, you know, again, for those who haven't seen it, I know that we actually have the trailer for the Nuke course too.
Oh, great.
Wyatt, can we pull that up?
Want to learn Nuke, but don't know where to start? It's okay. Most artists spend years trying to figure this out. Trial and error, endless tutorials, but You don't have to. Why? Because this is ActionVFX's Intro to Nuke, your fast track to mastering compositing from the ground up. Now, over 6 30-minute lessons, we'll cover everything you need to know to get working in the Foundries. And this project-based course will help you learn how to seamlessly integrate ActionVFX elements into a live action shot and show you step by step how to refine those pixels to make a comp truly ready for finals. We'll get hands-on with rotoscoping and tracking, photorealistic compositing techniques, adjusting light and color for a seamless shot, and all the explosions, smoke, and debris that you could wish for. I'm Doug Hogan, a professional Nuke compositor with almost 2 decades of experience working in the VFX industry, and I built this course to save you time. I'm giving you the keys that I wish I had when I was starting out. So whether you're brand new to Nuke or looking to level up your skills, this course is packed with everything you need to get into Nuke fast. All right, let's do this.
There it is.
Woo.
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy.
yeah, he looks familiar.
Man,
which again, I feel like
teared up.
Wait,
That
this
was-
is
that
Doug
was-
from
that
the
was
video?
beautiful.
Yeah, this is it. Hi, guys.
Whoa.
when did he get it? Yeah, as you can see, just from there's so much in this course that we're doing at the moment. And I remember like when we were in the early stages of developing and stuff, reading through it, I was like, I don't know anything about this as well. I remember saying to you as well, it's like I don't know Nuke. I'm excited to learn it, but it just looks like so much. But like it's condensed into like this wonderful. You've done a really good job at like bringing it and simplifying what is probably a lot of information.
Yeah, it's a lot. It was a fun exercise of distilling everything down into these nice little 30-minute chunks. Because I think there's a ton of it's great on YouTube. There's a ton of information out there, but not a lot of Nuke stuff. And the Nuke stuff you'll find is hours and hours long, and it can be very intimidating. And the goal of this course was really to kind of give people who are interested in learning Nuke that experience of a senior artist kind of sitting down with them at their desk and going through step by step, breaking it down, making it not scary, and getting them excited about what you can do with these with this tool set and get their imaginations going. Because the Nuke has a great indie license that people can download and play around with. They have a great non-commercial license. These are all free, so you can just jump in. Or indie license is a little bit has a little bit of a fee, but it's small compared to the full package Nuke. And just wanted to get everybody excited about jumping in and playing around, seeing what is possible. Yeah,
kind of along those same lines of just learning Nuke in general. We actually got a comment from Thomas, and he asked, how long do you think it would take to learn Nuke and reach the same level after years of working in After Effects? And I'm curious about this. I'm sure that Wyatt and Tom are too, because like Tom said, we're all After Effects guys. So what can we expect to invest time-wise in ourselves to get from where we are in After Effects to where we want to be in Nuke? Sure.
I think, you already have kind of a leg up. You understand the compositing theory, layering, holdout mats, different operations for merging, your elements together. So you already have a head start. You're not starting from scratch. These courses this first one is what was it, 3 hours long? 3 hours long, 30-minute chunks, and that's your intro. And by that point, you have everything you need to then start assembling shots, right? Like you can go in and start taking live action footage and putting it in. So, that's pretty quick. That's the length of the course. And then there's that outside work. That's the homework. You can spend as much time. Like I said, I've been working in Nuke for 18 years and I'm still learning things. So you can put as much time into it as you possibly want to. But I would say if you already have that leg up, if you dedicated if you went into ghost mode for a month and just really just locked into Nuke, and we're like, I'm going to learn everything about this, you'd be there in about 4 weeks. That's what I would say.
Cool. Also, Thomas, it's great to see you here. For those of you that don't know, Thomas is one of our contributors at ActionVFX. So if you have not seen them, check out our Northern Lights and our underwater bullet trails on our website. Thomas actually made those. So
That's awesome.
And they're fantastic products. So thank you for being here, Thomas. Thanks for joining us and also asking the good questions.
Yeah, great question.
I actually got to speak with Thomas earlier today as well. So it's nice to see you come back, man.
That's awesome.
And the comment that was just pulled up before, we were just going through. I appreciate you making this accessible to everyone. I was taking a moment to try and find the price and realized it's free. That's right, it's free.
Everybody. Yeah,
it was, go.
I was really excited to get to share the knowledge, but I was so excited. Like, kudos to ActionVFX for offering this to the community for free. I think it's just such a nice thing to do, especially with how tumultuous the industry has been in the past couple of years. And a lot of people are sitting down and retooling, looking for how to level up their skills, keep the passion of VFX going, and having these free high quality courses out there is just, it's really neat.
We aim to please, and I'm hoping that we want to see everyone grow, get the best from this industry, and creating the things that they want to be creating. And I feel like this is a great opportunity for everyone to learn Nuke, ourselves included. I'm sure we're going to be giving it a try at some point and be like, okay,
let's go.
Get that license.
A unfair head start because I'm the one who edited it, so I'm probably
that's true.
I'm a little ahead of you guys.
Oh, there you go. Love it. I hope I didn't bore you too much, man. The courses look great.
No, it was great. It was really interesting to learn.
That's awesome. Glad to hear it.
Good. Wyatt, I fully expect you to be able to pick it up and almost like blindfolded do it now.
At this point, I'm looking for the 10-year professional courses because I'm so thick in the paint now.
That comes next, man. That comes. We're gonna intermediate. Then we'll go advanced. Nuke has a whole 3D system inside of it too. Like, I can't wait to play around and show off that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could tell you were doing so much, and I was like, he's just scraping the surface, though. It's crazy how depth it can go.
It's really super, super deep. And you'll see in this latest course too, like we started talking about some of the machine learning rotoscoping tools that they have inside there. Nuke has always been very community focused. So you have people that are compiling these front end models that it's not AI, it's machine learning. And there's a big difference between the two. And machine learning is all about processing a very small data set with your images and just propagating that out. So you have some of these segmentation models that just before we would have, I'm not complaining. I actually love putting on headphones, a podcast, and just start rotoscoping. That was like one of my favorite Zen activities to do. But after so many years, you kind of don't want to do another garbage mat. And it's really nice to have these machine learning tools that are freely available. Pull it on in, try it out, speed up your workflow, and just kind of get to that final image so much quicker. It's really, really fun.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the behind the scenes of the Marvel movies where they have a green screen set up and then you see the final shot and it's like, oh no, they still rotoscoped every single person out. And I can't imagine how the Marvel VFX artists are like, thank goodness AI is just
I remember watching some behind the scenes footage, like extra DVDs of King Kong, the Peter Jackson one. And, he always really goes deep into everything. And he had a whole one just about like the rotoscopers that were just frame by frame. And it was almost maniacally just like, oh yeah, I'm going to throw some really hard ones at him. You see these just like,
I want to break them.
Yeah, just pale. They haven't seen the light of day for a while. And they're wizards at the rotoscoping. I'm like, be free. Now you have machine learning that will just help so much more.
Was there a nightmare rotoscope you've done, Doug, that you can think of?
Heck yeah. No, there's been so many bad ones. Oh man. I've probably just blocked them out because I have the scars. I just don't remember where they came from. But there's always those jobs that, you know, you just don't. How are we going to do this? You can't pull a key. Maybe you'll get a Luma mat out of it, you know, but you got to mix in some like rotoscoping to kill, you know, fill in that core mat. And you've got like 2,000 frames to do, and you've got about 4 hours to do them. So those were those types of like, oh gosh, I got to get down and just really start going. So yeah, I love rotoscoping. I think everybody should learn how to do this. It's one of those fundamental skills and almost a rite of passage too for a compositor to learn how to do this stuff. But the new tools coming online right now get me very excited because I'm just like, I can now see those tedious tasks that you don't want to do. Just throw them, you know, just let the machine do it. Then I'll go in and I'll make it pretty, get to the cool shot, you know, and just so much quicker.
Yeah, it's getting to the fun stuff that we actually, the creative side of things.
That's it. That's it.
And you're right completely. I think we put that on Discord not too long ago about a poll of like, should it be a rite of passage?
I think so.
And it is like, you do need to do the grind and learn about it. And I remember like starting out when stuff, just going into putting my headphones on, Mad Max soundtrack.
Ooh, all right.
I would race through it, but I'd be very angry at the end of it. So yeah, just I feel like your playlist of choice definitely adds something.
It really does. I was podcasts. That was or audiobooks. Okay. I would just kind of get into things. But I think that's a big thing for artists to always remember. I remember when I was developing tools, you would have this inclination to like over automate things and just, you know, press the D for dinosaur and then it's all done. But I've always been under the philosophy that you really have to teach those core skills first. So you have this really solid foundation. They understand why you're automating these things. They understand what you're trying to accomplish and how to do it if the tool breaks. Because I can't tell. One of the biggest ways I've learned how to do compositing is by breaking comps and nothing's working and I have to get in there and figure it out. And there's no AI tool out there or machine learning tool that's going to help you debug a script, really. Like you kind of get this sixth sense for it. I can just open up a comp script and I can kind of I can feel the force. It's over. I think that looks weird. I'm going to jump into there. And that's just repetition, years of experience and doing things the hard way.
That's great. No, well, and I imagine, you know, we're going to see a bunch of people now starting to learn Nuke, start creating things. I mean, if you're watching now in the comments and you're learning Nuke, definitely, you know, share your creations on the Discord. When I first started,
comment. It's great.
Yeah.
Done that a few times.
It's like I want to go back to what I was. I want to go back. But no, if you're creating anything in Nuke, following this course, definitely go onto our Discord, share your work channel, and drop it in. We want to see, like, how was your first composite? How was, you know, did you create a depth map? Did you spend hours rotoscoping? I'm sure, Doug, I mean, hopefully, you know, if they might pop in and say hello.
Yeah, please. Yeah, no, I love hearing feedback from people using these courses. I love answering questions, anything and everything. I wouldn't have been doing this for 18 years if I didn't if I didn't love talking about this stuff. I'm weird like that. But it's like I said, it's just such a deep well that you can go down into, and it's such a creative tool that once you get past the fear of that big blank DAG script, you know, that just all these nodes, what do they do? You break it down, and you can start seeing how the pieces come together to then do these Marvel type shots. You know, like it's not as scary once you break it down. You start really kind of going through it, and hopefully I can help kind of just guide people just a little bit, just like I had mentors doing for me too, to get me excited about it.
Great. No, yeah, and I can't wait for more. It's
Yeah, me
probably
too.
so.
I got all sorts of ideas.
Yeah, which is the big thing. We're hopefully developing more and more. And
Yeah.
you know, for those that have watched 1 to 3, what can we expect in the next couple of chapters?
Okay, yeah. So the next 3 are really where. So we've first 2 were really about getting your feet wet, getting a solid footing. Third one, we start kind of getting into what you have to do to start prepping this comp. You know, what was fun about this shot is that I kind of just started it, and I didn't really know where the shot was going to go. I had some ideas, we had a mood board going, but it was all about laying the foundation, getting things ready. The last 3 are really where you start seeing things get fine-tuned. The shot comes together. You'll see me hit a couple roadblocks, and how I navigate those roadblocks. That's a big part of comp is how do you deal with those dead ends? You know, it's all a part of it. So you'll see me deal with those and find a creative solution for them. And then we'll get to that really fun spot, which is the last 5%, which I did not realize that when I wanted to get into this back at school, but that last 5% of a comp is really 90% of the time. You'll get everything put together pretty fast for these shots, and then it's about polishing, fine-tuning, adjusting, plussing things here and there, playing it, and kind of seeing how the shot plays. You learn a lot that way. So you'll see all of that stuff.
Fantastic, cool. And yeah, for those that are waiting to find out when those last 3 come out, part 4 will be on this coming Thursday. Part 3 came out today.
Yeah.
Part 4 next week, and then it's every week after that on Thursday will be a new episode or
That's
new
awesome.
chapter rather. Yeah,
it's great.
Going to be really good. And then we want to, if you're enjoying them, guys, let us know, and there'll be more. I'm sure Doug, like he said, he's got loads of ideas. We can cook up more.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Cool. Well, I mean, yeah. I think one thing that we kind of want to talk about as well is like moving into so developing those skills and like taking them and applying them to other stuff. So like first off, I know that you're making something in the course, like you're making the tentacle monster crash, which is amazing. We've got a challenge that we're going to be talking about in a bit, but do you have a challenge for those that are kind of creating the Nuke course now? Should they be recreating your shot or something else?
No, do something totally new. I mean, I learned a lot by copying shots. I think it's great to have a script there that you can go through and kind of poke through, but success for this course does not mean exactly duplicating what I did. I make it your own. Like that could be anything from, this one has kind of like this daytime mist thing. Why don't we shift it to like a nighttime? Nighttime within it, bring in some environment lighting for that explosion. That could be neat to throw it in there. Make it not a tentacle monster. See what you can, those are just 2D images that we're just animating with grid warps and things like that. Very basic. What does it look like when you render something in 3D and bring it in there? Or let your creativity fly, like that would be my challenge for you. Take what you're learning here about how to put together a comp, how do those core nodes, how they work, and especially work together inside a Nuke, and then let your creativity shine. Let's see what you come up with.
Fantastic. Great. No, and so that's a challenge out for all you there. We have another challenge that we would love to talk about. Well, actually, there's an existing challenge that has already kind of like come to pass that we want to talk about and share. So, as many of you know, the Punisher challenge has just completed, which fantastic. Congratulations to all the participants. Doug, have you watched this?
I have not had a chance yet, but I really want to now. This looks cool.
Yeah. So this render challenge, this is the 10th one that Clinton Jones has done. So he used to work for Corridor Digital.
Cool.
Now he's on his own. He's doing these amazing render challenges, and he compiles them all into like a montage of like these thousands of artists.
Yeah.
And ActionVFX, we were sponsoring and supporting. We were in the prize pool. I believe the winners have been announced. That we've been contacted to provide their prizes. But we kind of want to highlight a couple that have been shared within Share Your Work, the channel on Discord, because I know that many in the community have been creating stuff and taking part, and we just want to shine that spotlight. So, Wyatt. So this is from MC Productions.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love this. I'm a huge fan of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And this is gorgeous. The thing that really got me was like, because this is really impressive. And then the pterodactyl comes in, which makes it just icing on the cake. That is amazing.
It's got a great
for anyone
story.
who doesn't know, the format was like a top-down view of this giant chasm.
Yes.
And they had the characters walking, and then you were able to basically reinterpret it however you wanted to. And I think the dinosaur especially, like it looks like there's some like subsurface scattering on it when the light comes through, and everything looks great.
I'm really loving the exposure. This shows somebody has an understanding of camera work. You see, like in the highlights on the dinosaur are nice. They're not clamped, like they're not clippy, but it feels hot. And then you see like all this great bounce lighting in the bottom left-hand corner with the rocks. It doesn't go black. You still see a little bit of detail. Really nice.
And even
those rays.
And even down to like the shadow diffusion of the people, and like where you can see that the shadows are sharper right at their feet, and as it gets further away, it starts to diffuse, and it's really cool.
It's great.
Even it also looks like there are cloth simulations on that guy's pants. When he jumps, his leg hits and his pants.
A
little bit.
That's lovely detail.
Look at the foliage simulation too. It has a little bit of a wind gust from the pterodactyl flying, and that's awesome.
It's for me, I don't know, like the animation of like this, is it Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus? Just how it turns to follow the pterodactyl as well is just a really nice, like, I don't know, it just looks really casual, but real. It's not over the top. Or
there's a lot of weight to it.
Yeah.
I just noticed there's a river in the background.
Yeah, look at that. When it frames it really nicely. I'm looking at this compositionally too. Like the river down the middle. See how your eye is like it's telling a story just through the composition, and then with the animation on top of it. It's a really dynamic and deep shot. It's really fun to watch.
Really lovely. And so there were many others that applied and had tagged us, but if you want shout outs on these live streams and stuff, put them on our Discord under the Share Your Work channel, and we'll bring them over here.
I kudos for you guys doing that too, for sharing your work, because that is honestly one of the ways you're going to get better and better and better is by learning how to give a constructive critique and also how to receive a constructive critique. Because I remember like in school, you would just be kind of sweating bullets. Like you spent so many hours working on the shot. You can see all the flaws, because you're so close to it. And then getting that fresh set of eyes on a shot is just so essential. And it gets you used to how collaborative VFX really is. And everybody just wants it to be as cool of a shot as possible.
Doug, I feel like
I don't think a lot of people realize. Oh, sorry, Tom, you go.
No. I was just going to add into something that, because you've touched on something that I've only just remembered as well. Because you and I have something in common. We're both colorblind.
Super colorblind.
Super colorblind.
I'll get my glasses.
That itself needs. Oh wait, you've got them too.
You got these?
I haven't got.
My wife says I look like a nerdy Bono whenever I put on these.
Mine are tucked away in a drawer. Oh no, because that's a big thing that I feel like you had to. I don't know. And again, tell me about your side, because I had to put that away and go, no, I need help with something.
Yeah.
If it's and asking, like you said, fresh eyes, making sure the stuff looks okay. I
had too many shots that would go into review and would have like dust elements, and then it would look like a fart cloud because I'm red-green colorblind. Just this green fart, and I'm like, okay, I need to all right, guys, I'm colorblind. You got me. And I was expecting to like get in trouble or
Yeah,
I don't know, a young artist, you're kind of afraid to like
terrified.
talk about those things. But then pretty quickly, once I shared that, I found that there's so many colorblind compositors out there, and we're all struggling with the same thing. And it's silly to be quiet about it. I think it's honestly more impressive. That's usually the reaction I get from people who are like, wow, that's impressive. How do you do that?
Yeah.
Because your brain kind of learns how these colors are supposed to look, not really what your eyes tell it, telling your brain they actually look. And it's a completely different way to composite. And you'll find in Nuke too, my big trick was you have different viewing modes. So illuminance value for each one of the red, green, and blue color keys. And once I learned that trick, I had a mentor that showed me. Once I learned that trick, I was nailing colors, like, because it's just black and white values, and it's just a different way of compositing.
Yeah, no, and doing the exact same thing in After Effects, using the info window as well to double check stuff. It
doesn't matter what software package you're in. Nuke, After Effects, compositing is compositing. It's just it's a different road to go, and there's pluses and minuses to both. Yeah.
But I think the collaboration, share your work channel, the things, like, it's so important to be able to have, and kind of like these guys will know that I've sent them stuff being like, do I look human? Am I is this meant to be all right? Because like I'm color grading, but does it look all right? Yeah. Sometimes
Absolutely.
It's yes, sometimes double check.
Don't be shy. I love meeting other colorblind compositors out there. I want to give you all a virtual high five and
totally
and share some war stories, because we all have them.
We all have. Yeah, at some point we'll do a video on like colorblindness.
I would love that.
That'd be very cool. But we also have another thing to share as well. I don't want to miss them out. And this one came from so this is, I believe, from a fellow named Max, and it's his first VFX composite as well. So wanted to share this, and yeah, we can discuss, give notes, try it out.
Let's go.
Nice.
That is very impressive for a first VFX
first time
shot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of principles that I see. I see a really bright future here, just in nailing the light and interaction, like, or not, just getting that idea of hey, this needs to emit this light here, and yeah, it's just just the different layering. There's a lot of layers here that you usually don't see within first comps. So this was a very, very ambitious
for sure
first go around at it.
You already learned how to rotoscope, it looks like.
I was gonna say he's done the grind.
That's a good one right there. Look at that.
Very good.
Never underestimate too, Max, the power of it's called a LUT on top of your footage. Like that's what really gives you that cinematic deep value. It's a little bit gray and washed out, and like the whites are a little bit dim. A nice LUT on top of those to get those deep, rich colors, and then a nice camera shake. Like this right here, I would say it's 90% there. Again, it's that 10% at the end that you're gonna really just have fun with and balance your colors and make it sing.
I think that the camera shake would be very nice on that impact. Just to kind of give it love a good camera shake on this. But I
think
you want to know a trick?
You
want to know a trick? Camera shake? I'll give you a really quick trick. If you have an iPhone, pull up on your screen a nice checkerboard pattern. You can do it real quick in Nuke or in any software package. Film literally is kind of like film your footage and then add a shake like that. Bring that footage in, track it, and you'll get this really nice, subtle handheld, drift throughout there. And then also this really organic looking shake that you can direct. You don't have to keyframe anything, and you'll get this really nice shot. I use it on some Star Trek stuff during J.J. Abrams for some promo pieces, and it was very, very nice.
That's sick.
And there's also, if you're working in After Effects, we also do have some presets that you can download for free.
See,
so
even better.
Just
press that S for camera shake button.
That's it. That's the one. But yeah, great work, guys. And like I said, if you want to shout out, if you want to get feedback from us on how assets are being used and stuff, then share your work channel on our Discord, tag us and stuff. And we would love to see what you guys are creating. So
absolutely.
And it's not just shout outs. We'll also respond on Discord and talk to you.
Oh, totally.
There's a lot of engagement going on there.
Mm-hmm.
When people want feedback, we'll give it, or whether it's just let's talk about how we could make something better and cooler.
Yeah.
But going into our next thing, so we got a challenge for you all as well, because we want to see more creations and to also provide you guys a chance to win some cool prizes. So we are introducing, after a year of me being here and trying to get it up and running, we're finally doing it. We're doing some Discord challenges or Discord creative challenges. So here's what we're doing. Once a month, there'll be a new challenge that'll be set out. On the first of each month, we'll be doing the announcements for what the theme is, what it'll be tied to, what you'll be winning, key dates, and etc. Then you'll have until the third Monday of that month to create something and submit it into our Discord. We have a brand new setup on Discord that is about to launch probably directly after this, where you can see the challenges, how it's set up, our rules, the terms and conditions, everything is all packaged up and ready to go. So at the moment, we're going to be doing these, like I said, we'll be announcing it properly on the 1st. It won't be a joke. The 1st of April, where you can see all the details and understand what the challenge is and how to enter. But it'll be doing this month. You'll have to be using our new addition to the Essentials catalog, the F-16 and Aerial Explosions Volume 2. Basically, it's kind of, you get to use them, create a shot, can be whatever you want it to, whether it's like, kind of like doing the Top Gun flight, dogfight or something, or if it's just kind of, I want to use this explosion, put it in, great, cool. We want to see how creative can you be with these assets. And once you submit, we'll be announcing winners on our next live stream. So on the last Thursday of April, we'll be regrouping, announcing our winners, and those people can be taking away an ActionVFX t-shirt. So one of these, Doug, I believe you have one of them as well.
I got one. Yeah, it's great. My wife says I look very nice in it. So thanks for that.
Lovely ActionVFX t-shirt, as well as a choice of one of our most recent editions of variety collections. So we've just released Ground Impact Essentials, Water Impact Toolkit, and Cinematic Lens Flares, and you'll be able to walk away with one of those. So choice is yours. You get to decide what to do and be in for a chance for winning a t-shirt, getting a cool variety collection of your choice, and getting to kind of just test these muscles, around with some assets, learn Nuke, and just start creating something cool. So that is something that'll be happening and announced properly on April 1st. Won't be a joke. I'm going to keep saying it. There will be a joke, but that won't be the joke. But yes, so keep an eye out for that. And hopefully we'll get you guys creating some amazing stuff. We can't wait to see.
No doubt.
Cool.
Who made that model, by the way? The shot. That's really nice.
Who made
the shot was made by Tom.
Was that made by Tom?
That
Heck
was
yeah.
that was made by
Thanks, man.
Dude, that's some nice texturing work. That is really good.
Oh, hang on. Sorry. Did I make the plane or did I make the shot?
The plane. Yeah, the plane.
Oh,
I know you made the
I
shot.
did make the plane. I did
No.
make the plane. Sorry. No. No, Sam, do you know who's made the plane? I believe
We contracted out a visual effects studio.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
know which one or who, but they did a fantastic job.
It looks
They
like a
did a
professional quality asset. Like that's why I'm bringing it up, because it's really, really nice. Those subtle details, man. That's really great.
Dude, especially within the LOD zeros, like it's
really nice.
very, very intricate.
That's cool.
The playing around with that for that Top Gun sequence. So I had a F-16 and an F-15, and they just look beautiful. Like immediately, I imported them, and I got giddy because I was like, "Oh, this is good." Like you know what? You know that moment where you're like, "Oh, this is gonna be good."
Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. What did you render it in? Did you go real time? Did you go Unreal, or did you go RenderMan? Did you go Blender?
Oh no, that was Cycles.
Cycle.
Yeah, so that took a while, but it was kind of like I was rendering on layers, like as in I was doing beauty passes and stuff like that. So there's like everything's like divided up as we go.
Heck
But
yeah!
there's my face. Really
Epic,
fun.
man.
But yeah, that was all through. Well, you can watch the full tutorial on our YouTube channel. So yeah, Doug, I'll show you what I can do in Blender. You teach me Nuke.
I love it. See, it's all about sharing. I love it. That's so much fun.
Tom,
there we go.
The real question is, who is that beautiful man at the very beginning of that shot?
I think that was Tom Cruise.
You know,
it was Tom Cruise.
Yeah. Oh, bit taller.
Oh, different Tom. Okay.
Tom Cowles. Close.
I've never seen both of them in the same room.
I'm just saying.
You never would.
Good point.
Oh, hang on. The just to answer Thomas's question about the plane flaps, they're fully they're rig ready. You can literally grab the nodes and the nodes, the empties, and animate them around. Everything is animatable. That's what I was doing in that sequence as well. Everything's animated, keyframe to kind of like try and sell the movement as much as possible, because otherwise they just look static.
Yeah,
they're not rigged, but they are rig ready.
They're rig ready. Yes, that's the important part. Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're terrific models. And once again, that F-16 is going to be in the Essentials catalog from April 1st. So throughout April, you can download that. The Explosion Volume 2. And if you make something, enter it in our challenge, and you could get a t-shirt as well. Happy days.
You got so many t-shirts ready to give out. This is awesome.
You got so many. Oh no,
These
believe me, we have so many
comfy.
t-shirts. Sorry, everyone just kind of flex for a moment and go, "Oh yeah, all these t-shirts." So yeah, definitely check that out. Doug, thank you so much for joining us today, and
thanks for having me.
For this amazing course as well.
Thank you,
we're truly excited to learn Nuke.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. That was the whole goal. Just get you guys excited and ready to even dig a little bit deeper. I can't wait to do another and see how much more we can get out there.
I'm gonna try and do that Top Gun sequence in Nuke and see if I can composite it all. Bring it back.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, yeah. Thank you all for watching today. If you do have any questions, then do put them in the chat. Join us on Discord and chat away. We're always there. And we'll see you next time.
Cool.
Cool.
Bye, everybody.